Like, is it okay to leave your PS5 indefinitely? For long stretches of time. That's the whole idea they had in mind. And that's kind of the sales pitch, right? If it's in rest mode, you just boot it up, no wait period and all that. Right. And it's insane. I've had this thing for months, and I haven't really been tapping into sales pitch all day. It's crazy fast SSD, has incredible memory, so you can, even if it quote unquote turns over, it's not really over. When you open the application that you used before you put it, it'll shoot your iPad. It's just good. And you just press resume on the game and you're good to go. And you're like right where you were before pause. It's insane. It's too bad, once again, that the PS5 doesn't have that many compelling games. But I think it's such a great feature. I think it's really cool. And yeah, I like it. So shout out to the next gen. Obviously, this is a next gen feature. It's not a PS5 feature. All these next gen devices can do that, well, except the Nintendo Switch. But you know, that's its own thing. Yeah, I don't know about the Nintendo Switch. I know nothing about it. Anywho, I saw this video of this Latina, this Hispanic woman. She was talking about some topic. But in my mind, all I was thinking about was this girl was really pretty. You know what's frustrating? Because I'll be watching like people reacting to videos. So there were two channels that were reacting to this girl's video. It had gone viral. She did that, and so these two channels were reacting. Neither of them gave credit. They didn't give credit to her videos. I couldn't find her and just see more of her content. I'm trying to see. I'm trying to see if she's really that pretty. You know, sometimes the lighting can be good, and yeah, it's just certain. I'm trying to see if is she really that pretty. But anyway. Sometimes I'm just like, yo, I might have to get with a Latina. I might have to get with a Latina, guys. I'm not, listen, I don't really have like a racial preference thing. And I'm not saying that to be cute. Like, I've never really had that. Some people do have a racial preference. A lot of people have racial preference. Maybe most people have racial preference. I don't know. Me personally, that's not really a determinant factor. So I'll say this, right? I'll say that I want to get with a Latina. I think Latinas are very, very attractive. And they tend to be very shapely as well. Not all of them. Of course, just like with black folks, black women are known for being curvy and all these other things. Thick. But that's not true for... obviously, that's not true for all of them. Same thing with Latinas. Same thing with any group, really. But yeah, I just want to be very. I can say this. I don't really have a racial preference per se. I think it's just amazing that you have this, diversity, all these options, and I think it's beautiful. I think it's amazing. So for me, I've always viewed it as limiting to be like this. I mean, look, if someone has a preference, I wouldn't say that's wrong. I think if you like what you like, that's fine, and if you're happy with your preference, then that's great. Pertaining to race, okay, cool. For me, it's a thing of like you broaden your prospects when race isn't a factor, because now it's like you had this very narrow scope of like, oh, so if I'm black, I'm like I can only be with a black girl. And I was like, okay, I can be with anyone as long as they align with my values. I suppose, we just get along, we just like each other, bro. I think it just increased the likelihood that you actually end up with someone. And be happy. Yeah. I think there's something else in there. Call me out here learning Spanish. I'm not even joking. I downloaded Duolingo. I'm learning Spanish. It's like, guys, this video is life changing. I saw this girl. I'm like, what the? What? I downloaded Duolingo. I'm learning. I'm not even joking. I'm not joking. I haven't used Duolingo in how long? But look, now it's on my home screen. I got the first day streak. I don't want to do a lesson right now. It's gonna try and make me do a lesson as soon as I get into this thing. But as you can see, you see the Spanish flag there. I did 2 lessons yesterday. I'm serious. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. That's what I end up with. But that video was just inspiring, man. I was like, yo. But yeah, I remember having this conversation with 2 guys. One is a white guy, another is a black guy. The one guy has children. He's white. He has a white son. He's white. He's a white. Well, they're divorced, but the woman he had the job with was white as well. But anyway, he was saying that he asked his son about, they were talking about relationships, and it just came up that the son said, keep in mind he's a child, so things change. But he was like, I don't want to be with black girls. I want to be with white girls. I like white girls. Some people say that's racist. That's not racist, because black people are exactly the same. In fact, the other black guy I was talking to, because we were talking about dating, we were talking about racial preferences and all these sort of things. So I had said to him that I was making the point that I'm what is known as like a coconut, so they'll say black on the outside, white on the inside. So in my particular context, I live in South Africa, where the majority of the country is black, and you've got all these different black cultures, tribes, all these sort of things. You got Zulus, you got Indigenes, you got Xhosas, you got this, you got that, and then you got me, who's just I wasn't really raised. So my mom is Indivisible. She never raised me in her culture. She didn't teach the language. I didn't really, we lived in a very kind of modern household where she was just working. I was just me and my brother were just doing our thing, and I was raised on a lot of American media as well. So that you just kind of pick up from that as well. Watching Zack and Cody, all these sort of things, Ben 10, and all this, that becomes your culture really, more than anything. So it's just, that was just me. So I was making the point to the dude I was talking to. I was like, I probably would have an easier time being in a relationship with a white girl than a black girl. Not because I don't want to be in a relationship with a black girl, but just because culturally, if she's from a traditional family, so let's say she's Zulu, for example, guys, if you know, you know. If you're from South Africa, you know how Zulus are. First of all, I don't speak Zulu. I understand a little bit here and there, but I took a little bit in school. But like like the family's not gonna like it if some dude comes into the family. He doesn't speak Zulu. He has no Zulu traditions, all these sort of things, and that's who the daughter wants to marry. Like it's gonna be difficult. Not all Zulu families are like that, but they're very particular about their culture, and yeah, they just would prefer their daughter to be with a Zulu man. And they're not like that with coconuts only. They're like that with everyone. There's this funny thing that a saying, I don't know who they say it about, whether it's Betty Man or Sutu Man. I think it's Sutu Man. Sutu Man. Like there's a saying, like Zulus say this thing, like, have you ever seen a Sutu Man? Like it's a tongue-in-cheek rhetorical question, implying that you've never seen a Sutu Man, because the joke there is that there's Sutu men are effeminate, they're not real men. Because if you know Zulu men, you get why that's funny. They're just very like, alright. So they have no respect for Sutu men. Obviously, not all Zulus are like that, and it's kind of a joke as well. But you know, the Zulus have the whole thing. So I would have a tough time integrating into a very cultural, traditional black family in South Africa. I'd probably have a very hard time being accepted if they hold dear to the traditions and all these sort of things, which a lot of them do. Whereas with white families, they tend to be more cosmopolitan, you know, just is that even the right word? Let's Google what that actually means. If it means what I think it means. Cosmopolitan meaning. Including people from many different countries. Having an exciting and glamorous character associated with travel and a mixture of cultures. I guess international, multiracial, worldly. Yeah, worldly. I think the kind of, yeah, I guess it works. They're more worldly, so it's just a bit more generic. It depends. You got your white Afrikaners, like your Afrikaans people. They're also white, but they're Afrikaans, and it's the same thing as trying to marry into the Zulu family. They're particular about their culture as well. So me trying to marry into an Afrikaans family, that would also be a sticky situation. Because they'd have expectations of me as well in terms of the culture and traditions that I probably wouldn't be good at delivering on those expectations. But your more generic white folks, I hope that doesn't sound racist, but you know, your vanilla whites, I'll probably blend in there more. And the black dude I was explaining this to, he was like, well, I don't, he's like, because he doesn't like white women. Not he doesn't like them, like he has something against them, but that's not his preference. He's attracted to black women, and he just doesn't understand it. Like, he was genuinely like, why would you go with a white woman? Like, you're really attracted to that? And I am, but not exclusively, but I am. I do like girls too. But I like I was talking about Latina girls and Latinas and this group and that group. Like, it's really not about race for me. I think all race groups have beautiful women, and again, I'm not saying that to be cute. That's just been my experience. But yeah, more than anything, I just have to be able to integrate well into the family. It has to be a family that isn't too traditional, isn't like I don't want to feel like I have some kind of expectation for me to be anything other than what I currently am. Obviously, there's some things you can learn and compromises that can be made here and there, but for the most part, like, this is me, guys. This is this is just who I am. I wouldn't want to put myself in a position where I have to pretend to be something else to please the family. That's a first cost, and that's why interracial marriages tend to fail. They have very high divorce rates, interracial marriages, not because there's something wrong with marrying across different race groups, but obviously different race groups have different cultures, generally speaking. So you have to be cognizant of that. You can't just dive into a relationship without taking into account what your cultural backgrounds are, because that can lead to all sorts of clashes if you're not careful. So that's why I was explaining to the homie, like, I'll probably have. So in my case, it's actually different because I probably have a lower chance of success with a traditional black girl than I would with a white girl who's of a different race group. So even though me and the black girl will be the same race, we have different cultural backgrounds. So it's not about race. So when you see the statistics about high divorce rates amongst interracial couples, it's not about the race, it's about the cultural backgrounds. Like I said, the quote unquote vanilla whites, they tend to have a more worldly culture. It's not really defined in a like geographic sense. It's just, hey man, we're just here doing what we do. It's just very modern, you know. So I'd fit in well there. I remember that I'll go to like, there's this white girl whose house I used to frequent, and I always used to feel at home there. Like the parents were nice, the vibes were nice. I never felt like, I always felt like I could let my guard down, you know? I always felt like I could be like, I could just be myself. And that was nice. So that's why I just say like, yeah. For me, if whoever I end up with, that just has to be the vibe where I can just be me. But the goes they have me learning Spanish. I'll learn Spanish for you. I'll do it, man. I'll learn Spanish. I don't care. Guys, oh, if you saw this boy, you'd understand. Maybe it's just me. I don't know if everyone else had the same reaction I had. I don't care. I saw that girl. I'm like, wow. I didn't download it. I already had it on my phone. I opened Duolingo and I was like, nah, I need to teach me Spanish, bitch. It was like, yo, it's been a minute. Like, this app, bro. This app, it was crying, man. If you know Duolingo, you know, like, they're always, like, emailing you, like, you haven't used this in a minute. Like, what's going on? Like, chill. Oh, it's harassment. She's just harassing you to use the app. So I wasn't using this thing. I don't care anymore. So I was trying to learn Japanese. Japanese is a hard language to learn, guys. I think I can do it if I really put my mind to it. It's very difficult. It's not easy. But yeah, I don't know. I saw the video. I was like, I need to give this a shot. I need to try. Surely Spanish is not as hard as Japanese. But yeah, it's not. Japanese is an alien there. Yeah, it might have been like aliens might as well have come from another planet and left this language and then dipped. That's how different it is to English. Spanish girls might be the exception, guys. I mean, Latinas, they might be the exception. Cause, boy, like, anyway. Yeah, I just think it's freeing. It's very freeing. I like this Indian girl once. There was this Indian girl back in I was a child. This was primary school. I can say her name. It was so long ago, and no one will know who she is. Her name is Chloe. And she liked me, but I didn't like her. I actually thought she was very annoying, and it's so embarrassing because one time, because she just kids are so mean, man. I was a kid, and she used to get on my nerves. So one day I was just complaining, like, this girl, man, I don't know why she's always bothering me, and yada 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 yada. And I said these mean things about her, and she was right behind me, guys. It still bothers me to this day, even though I was a child. She was right behind me, and you see, it's like it was straight out of a movie. The guy tapped me, was like, Jesse, 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 she's right there. And I turn around, the look on her face, guys. I said some shit, man. Embarrassing. So obviously after that, it was never really the same. And she ended up leaving the school, not because of me. People change schools, and I never saw her again. I don't know how she's doing. Shout out Chloe, man. Shout out Chloe. And then there was another girl. I can't say her name because that was more recent. That was more recent. But yeah, the first time when I met her, it was during this school competition. It was like an international thing, so we flew out to Prague in the Czech Republic. So different schools from different countries around the world. My school was coming from South Africa. Her school was coming from. Where was her school coming from? Somewhere in the UAE. So I don't think. No, she is Indian. She is Indian, but she was going to school in the UAE. Is that true? Where was she going to school? It doesn't matter. She was Indian. And yeah, there were a bunch of schools from different parts of the world, right? So we were all kind of meeting up in Prague, and that's where the competition was being held. So then one day, we had a leisure day where there's no contests going on. And we're just allowed to roam around. It was so nice, guys. I'm getting nostalgia just thinking about that. I need to do that again someday. It only works with people. You have to go with people and like have a group adventure. That's what made it so special. The memories that were made, the things you got to do with friends. But anyway, they put us in groups, and it was very random. So you couldn't be with people from your school. So I got put in a group with this girl, and I almost said her name. I don't think she'll ever see this, but I'm not trying to risk it. But anyway, we ended up doing a tour. We did like a boat ride. There's this river that courses through the city and whatnot. So they took us on a boat ride, and we did a little lap. And then I was getting to know her then, and then we were walking around, and we took to each other like this. Like it was nice. I was really feeling her, and we were just talking and hanging out and doing this, doing that together. And then that went on for however long the competition went on for. And then it was time to leave. It was time for everyone to go back home to their respective countries. The competition's over. Her school left so early, guys. It was unbelievable because everyone else was kind of still like in the hotel, just kind of, still kind of getting their stuff together. Her school just dipped to the airport. We're getting there early. And I didn't get her number. I didn't get her social media. I didn't get anything. So I'm like, what? She's gone? And I was distraught. I was very distraught because I'm like, I'm never going to see this girl ever again. My other homie was in a similar situation where he hadn't gotten this other girl's number, any of her information, and she was about to leave as well. So because I'd gone through it, I was like, I can't let you go through the same thing. So he kind of accepted the situation. The way I am, I'm like, no, fuck that. I took him. I took him and we walked. We used Google Maps. That was the first time I'd ever used Google Maps, by the way. Yeah, this was the first time I'd ever used Google Maps. This was 2015. This was 2015. Wow, guys, 2015 was almost 10 years ago. That's crazy. This is 10 years ago. I'm getting old. We took Google Maps. We put the hotel into the thing because she was staying at a different hotel. And we walked. And I got there. And I spoke to the reception. I'm like, we're looking for this girl. I didn't use that tone. I was very nice. Very nice. I was like, we're looking for this girl. I don't know why. I don't think you're allowed to give out this information, but I told her we're looking for a girl and we want to talk to her. Can you tell her to come down, please? Actually, I think you're allowed to do that. Like, they won't. Are they allowed to give out guests rooms or whatnot? I don't know. I don't know what the conversation was, but basically she was like, I'll call her. And because she found her in the thing, and the girl came. It was crazy, guys. Like, and he was reunited with her and they exchanged details. I was very proud of myself. I was like, boy, I broke it later. Now, I don't think that whole relationship lost it. I think they eventually kind of drifted because it's long distance, right? Because he's from South Africa, she's from whatever country she was from, and yeah, for long distance, things fell apart. But it was a moment. It was a nice moment. Anyway, so I'm like out here like, okay, well, I'm screwed because I'm never gonna see homegirl ever again, the one I like. So we get to the airport and you do your check-ins and whatnot, and there she is. There she is. And I was shocked. I'm like, you're still here? They just left early, guys. They just left super early, earlier than everyone else. But they were waiting. They were waiting at the airport. I don't know. I guess it's like the thing of you don't want to miss flights or anything like that. I guess the teachers that were coming were super strict and just like, we don't want to take any chances. But they'd been waiting for hours. But we get there, and there she is, and I'm super happy. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we start talking again, and we're walking with each other as going to the airport and stuff. And then we realized, oh my gosh, we're going in the same direction. We're going to the same terminals, all these sort of things. And we found out we're catching the same flights because we have the same connects flight. Because it was from Czech Republic to Dubai, and then from Dubai I'd go to South Africa, and then she would go from Dubai to Qatar or somewhere in the UAE. I don't know. I don't even know if it was in the UAE. I don't know where she was going to school. Regardless, we found out we're catching the same flight, which, it's still, it's cool. It's a nice coincidence, but it's one of those things where, okay, but you're still going to have different seating. You're not going to see each other. Guys, I kid you not, she was one row ahead of me, but we both had seats on the aisle, so we could see each other. So it's like, I'm like this row, and then she's like this, like the row right ahead of me, and she's sitting across from me. I can see her, so we could still talk. It was crazy. I was like, how fortunate am I? So we talked, and I got her information, all this sort of stuff, and I remember making a move. Like this is like much later on. This is like very recent, like a year or two ago. I made a move, and it fell flat. I got curved, guys. I got curved, and it was so embarrassing. Cause I genuinely thought there was something there. I thought there was a connection, but I was wrong. But it's also long distance, and I'm pretty. Oh, wait a second. I hope this is longer ago than I think, because I'm pretty sure she's Muslim, so it would never make sense for me to be with a Muslim girl. I'm Christian, so that dynamic would never work. Even though I like her, yeah. I think that's a recipe for disaster, especially like when you mix families and stuff. It just wouldn't work. But anyway, shout out homegirl. She's great. I really liked her. But you gotta move on, man. You gotta move on. I say all that to say I don't have a racial preference. I think I'm open, man. I'm open to anything. Not anything, but race is not a determinant factor for me. It's not. But yeah, y'all let me know what you think in the comments. I need to remember to edit out. Anywho, yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. You might have to pray at the end of my video, so dear Father God, thank you for this individual watching this right now. Thank you for making them whole and unique and guiding them with possibilities, peace, prosperity, and purpose. Thank you for blessing this person with wonderful people in my life who love them, take care of them, bring the absolute best out of them. Thank you for maintaining the ones related to the same thing. Thank you for blessing this person with the spirit of gratitude so they can give thanks for all the things in life. And by giving thanks and find peace, continue to attract even more blessings. Let your presence be felt in this person's life, so Lord, your God, that you real, that you love, and yours be there for them. Good health, long life, and happiness over this person, everyone they care about. Did I say love? I think I said love marriage. I'll just say it again just in case. Thank you for blessing this person with love and marriage and sustain the love and marriage, making very, very happy. Good health, long life, and happiness over this person, everyone they care about. In Jesus' name, amen, 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 amen.